Welcome to this digital virtual dialogue that we have started with Bihar Connect. The series will be called Bihar Development Dialogue. This is organized in the backdrop of the biggest crisis of our generation that we are facing. And this is also the fact that Bihar has been one of the leading growth in terms of the economic growth that the country has been facing. Bihar was actually in the last couple of years, it was the top among the economic performance. Now, India's growth is projected to be around less than 2%. What will be the Bihar's growth? And because this is kind of disruption that it has brought, what you were doing earlier, the performance earlier will not count much now. Now the disruption has come and you have to start afresh. So what are the challenges? And every challenge comes with opportunity. So what are the opportunity from this? The purpose, the idea behind this series is to explore the opportunities and obviously discuss the challenge. The first thing that we will do is discuss the challenge and then we will see the opportunity. So what are the opportunities, where the opportunities rise, and our idea for the Bihar Connect, in fact we are committed to give discourse which is focused on development of Bihar, how we can boost the development. Actually we to play a catalyst role in the development of Bihar. Today with us we have Mr. Atul Thakur. He is Deputy Secretary, State Development Council and Nodal Coordinator, India Nepal Center, PhD Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Atul is a voracious reader and prolific writer. He has written 2 books and he is a columnist with the Hindu and Kathmandu Post. Welcome to this dialogue, this discussion, Atul. And first, I would like to ask you about the challenges. As in the introduction, I said that we will first talk about the challenges and where the opportunity comes. So, what are the challenges, immediate challenges? Because Bihar has been facing a lot of challenges. So, first, I would like to ask you what are the immediate pressing challenges in this time of crisis that Bihar is facing?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yes, yeah. It's better. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So the problem of Bihar can't be seen in isolation because it's, Corona-19 is a global pandemic and it has affected entire world. So Bihar, being part of that system, is equally influenced as well as impacted, adversely impacted. But where is the uniqueness in Bihar's problem, in my views, is that more than 15% of its population has been living abroad. Abroad, I mean outside of Bihar. So suddenly the state is facing unprecedented problem with influx of people who are coming back to their home in search of finding security, social security, as well as emotional connect there. Because the cities where they have been working for long and they contributed immensely have suddenly failed them. Because lockdown came so suddenly, although it was required, no denying the fact that it was required, but there was some pre-planning was also needed. Sadly, it could not happen. Also, state government of Bihar could not raise the issue well with the central government. Today, in fact, Nitish Kumar has come back into his sense and has raised certain demands to Prime Minister Modi. 2 days yesterday only, I had written a piece in Hindu, and that was on similar line. So I think the state government could not take up this issue fairly with the central government, although it has been a constituent of same NDA. So
yeah, fair
Bihar
enough.
is facing a lot of problems.
It's what are the immediate challenge you list? Whether the government has been able to do or not, but we see what are the challenges and
challenges are numerous actually. It's not 1, 2, or 3 or 4. It's principally and the survival is threatened badly because people are not sure what is lying ahead. Not even in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, even in months, they are not sure of what is going to happen there. So most of the people who were involved in unorganized sector were suddenly said that you will have to go back, and they don't have enough reserve to sustain for a few months. So the first of all, it's a humanitarian crisis. Under that full, we can count numerous problems, but principally we can count two. That first, the livelihood has been impacted, and lives are at stake. Today, if you will look on the data, there are many people who have got corona positive today, including 5 cases have been registered in Madhubani. So situation is alarming. Bihar does not have equipments. The second thing, when you will speak off record to health department officials, even the top officials, they will tell you that government makes them work on the policy making side, but when it comes to implementation, it relies on ASA and other casual arrangements. So from the government side, there needs to be some involving civil society, and it will come out with some substantial plan for migrants and even those who are in Bihar but don't have much economic security. So first of all, the livelihood is at stake, and the lives are also threatened.
So immediate challenges, and then you have the health.
Yes.
So one is obviously the healthcare. If the cases of positive cases actually rise, then where you are going to? First thing is you have to isolate. So you need a place to keep them. You just and then you need the people, those who have come back. You need to feed them. And then the longer term obviously will be how you are going to employ them, and then the social challenges that they will have. But this is the growth. Actually, I'm coming back to the growth thing. Bihar had obviously because of the low base, but Bihar had a high economic growth.
Yes. Yes, in last decade,
almost 10% or something higher.
Yes, double digit.
That was primarily when you see the growth statistics. This is primarily led by tertiary sectors, which is traders and that kind of
and
thing.
also infra creations, through infra creations.
So infrastructure, so the government spending. So to maintain this is no doubt the growth is going to drop sharply world over and India also. But even if say suppose India's growth comes down to 2%, how can Bihar maintain even a 4% or 5%? So what I'm saying is your base is low, so you have to be ready to at least grow faster to catch up. So this is not about the states which are already very, very much better than ours infrastructure and socio-economic status. So what should be the strategy to at least maintain that kind of lead in the growth?
Exactly. It's unlikely that the Bihar will be registering double-digit growth this year. Even next year, it is impossible. It's almost impossible. Uniqueness Bihar has, if we will compare it with other states, that it has been facing a chronic problem because the mode of production has been shifted from the state. People simply had no avenue except to fit and work in unwelcoming places in India and outside. And it started not in 90s, even before that. But in the last 30 years, in fact, the leadership has had never shown any genuine empathy for this problem. Now suddenly they are facing exposure-like problem. They have been exposed. So I think when it comes to economic challenges, it is not something which can be done overnight. You can't create heavy industry overnight. Not even in weeks or months. It takes years and years. So Bihar has to feel the burnt of what it has done in last 20, 30 years. Yes, in last decade, the state had done remarkably well, and there has been consistent double-digit growth. But the benchmarking was same old 1990s when you witnessed the worst kind of governance practiced in the state. So this is not something which can be boasted beyond a level. Nitish Kumar indeed had played a vital role in rejuvenating Bihar's growth potential, no doubt about it. His first tenure was fantastic, undoubtedly. Even in second tenure, for almost 2-3 years, his policies were on track. But after that, his priorities simply shifted. So now the state, whatever problem it is facing, is not going to be over with few plans, few policies. It will take years and years. So the humanitarian crisis which you are seeing are in offing now is not going to be halted so soon. I'm speaking on pessimistic note, but yes, the things have been exposed now. But still, what the government of Bihar can do, even at this stage, that it should come out with a fiscal stimulus package. Its GDP has grown over the years, so it can set aside about 56% of its GDP for bringing out that fiscal stimulus package to support the MSMEs, small traders, even the mom and dad shops kind of things, kirana, and of course the migrants who have returned from outside. So temporarily, a state government needs to build a safety mechanism, a support system to all those who are facing the problem of survival. In long term, simply it should prioritize industrialization. It has to create productive avenues in the states. There remains opportunities in various fields like agri and elite sector, then cooperatives, then service sector, because Bihar can be a hub of IT industry. It can be a hub of Bhojpuri film industry, Maithili film industry, and so many other things. So Bihar is known for having the best kind of human resources. The same can be utilized in future course because the world is moving towards more digital. So on the optimistic side, Bihar has a bright future, provided we will do the work there.
Yeah, so one thing is that reverse migration is happening. People are coming back.
Yes.
Actually, it's not migration. We can just say they are forced to come back.
It's homecoming. It is simply homecoming. It is simple.
So human resource, actually, Bihar, the only resource which it is rich in is human resource. And so, and then you have the agriculture. So
yes,
does that offer opportunity? The human resource,
of course,
are having the human resource, they have come back.
Of course.
You know. So where are the
this challenge is a big opportunity. Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so it brings some bright picture as well, because the hardship is going to sustain for some time. But if we will take a resolve that we are going to create the productive base in Bihar, then this crisis is certainly going to be an opportunity for us. But it all depends on political leadership and their will, how they are going to tackle it. See, for now, as we have talked about the survival, those who have been badly threatened, for them, at least the state government should negotiate with the central government and also should raise its own resources to come out with the package, which we have already covered. The second thing is that procurement, because mango and lychees are due now, and its shipping time is very close. So government should come up with a special procurement policy this year for food products, and as well as wheats and rabi products. Because in open market, it would be almost difficult, even impossible for the farmers to get right value of their produces. So this is something which should be urgently dealt by the state government. Second thing, the banks have to liberally finance the small businesses. There is no other opportunities because the capitalization is a big problem. Liquidity is in crunch there. So these two issues have to come effectively into picture very soon. Third is, of course, the PDS system, which has been in controversy in last few weeks because of so many malpractices. The state government needs to tackle it seriously. Fourth is those coronavirus who have been doing fabulous job there, including administrative people and police. Of course, there are bright examples, shining examples in Bihar, but the resources have been the major constraints. So the resources side, the state government has to look to, and it can't say that it is not being able to negotiate with the central government, because JDU is very much part of the NDA, and it politically realigned because citing all
Yeah,
these
and
problems
even
that we
BJP
need
is part of the
better development.
government. So BJP is
Yes,
part of the government. So they have
and
the
they gave
yeah.
they gave an LIB that we are realigning because Bihar needs better development. So
Yeah.
what kind of better development? It's a crisis situation. This would show unity. This would come out with joint effort.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. So the opportunity that you are presenting is one is obviously the kind of digitalization that has happened during this lockdown. That can offer opportunity, at least the kind of work that can be done from, say, if somebody as a if somebody staying in Bombay or Delhi can work from home, so it hardly matter, you can work be in Patna and work from home, or be in Madhubani and work from home. So there, what
Yeah.
can government do? Because then you need
You-
obviously the digital infrastructure and all. So what kind of ecosystem that needs to be built, so that if the it has to be work from home, then work from home. It's better to work from home in Bihar than to come
Uh,
and
this is something which is not entirely in purview of the government, be it central or state government. The industry has its own role to play there. For some unforeseen reasons, the industry has been not showing that level of enthusiasm for Bihar, which is a little bit surprising, because even see, while counting the problems, we still have to say that Bihar has come a long way, and it has all the basic facilities there. Electricity is 24 hours. The state has done remarkably well in power sector. The infrastructure, especially road infrastructure, is up to mark. It is as good as in the rural areas you will visit. You will see fantastic roads and connectivity. Connectivity is no longer an issue. So the industry has to really approach to Bihar, and the IT sector, as you have very much rightly said, that because Bihar has so many talented people working in this sector. Even in California and other places, in Bangalore, in Delhi, Gurgaon, Hyderabad, everywhere, in all facilities, you will see a substantial number of Biharis who were trained to work in software sector and are doing fabulously well. So this is an opportunity which needs to be explored further. But for that matter, industry has to be a little sensitive. It is not only the government which will play a catalyst role. It has to be a joint effort of both. But
so
yes, the state government
industry
needs
needs
to
what?
create
Industry
a
needs
special
what?
software parks. We see like
You need
STPI. So,
you need infrastructure, and you need
yes, I will give you
basic
an example of
facilities.
STPI. STPI,
Yeah.
Software Technology Parks of India, which have been working in the states for last many decades. But in
Okay.
Bihar, there is no setup of STPI so far. So STPI may possibly come out with a setup there. And if Patna will have an IT city, or even Muzaffarpur, Dharmanga will have an IT city, that will certainly attract the mind of industry. So industry is looking for some initiative from the government. Some green pressure is needed there, and for that matter, state government has to play a role. But yes, in long run, both the government and industry has to come on the same front to make it happen. It has to
Yeah.
be a holistic effort.
So you see that kind of, because the lead has to be taken by the government, right? It's not the industry will come and say that, okay, you provide
Yes,
me this and I am going to
because
do that.
industry always looks for certain positive things like infrastructure, then basic facility like commissioning things like electricity, etc. Then law and order. Law and order is somehow okay in Bihar. It's not so bad if you compare with other states where the industry is simply blooming. So Bihar has that kind of competitiveness, but Bihar does not have the capacity to bring everything together and present them as a model. So there a lot of reworks have to be done.
Okay, fair enough. So you are positive, and you are associated with the industry, and you have been. What is your guess that how long this is going to serve? I mean, the problem is going to be, and then the things coming to normal. So, what is the sense in the industry? Are they looking for very long term kind of
Yes, the
crisis?
definition the definition of normality is not sure now, because we never know that what is going to happen, what kind of normalcy we are looking for, whether we will get it again or not. But yes, some kind of normalcy when we'll see lockdown is simply going wither away. Industry is industry naturally wants everything to work in fine manner. It is looking forward that after 3rd May possibly there will be some easing in operations, right?
Okay.
But as per the meetings held today with the Prime Minister of Chief Ministers, most of them had a view that it should be prolonged. It should be prolonged by how many days? It is still not clear. It will come out by tomorrow also. As far as the case of Bihar is concerned, lockdown is a major problem there, because so many people, thousands of people are simply stuck in midway. They are neither at home nor at their primary destination. So this is something a very tough situation there. And the state government has miserably failed to ensure transportation of them, to take care of them in quarantine, and provide basic facilities. The situation is alarming in Bihar as well as in UP.
Okay. So Bihar's population is primarily, I mean, almost you have nearly 90% population living in villages. So is that something which is going to be kind of blessing in disguise for Bihar, that okay, because the major cases that you have, say in Bombay or Delhi, so metropolitan cities are more affected. So it's somehow that more village-based population, that is something a blessing in disguise. That is something that
No, I don't think so, because only till few months back, our Prime Minister used to say that India has become aspirational. It's very aspirational. In fact, the last election was fought on that basis, aspirational India. So suddenly we can't say that the modern amenities like telephone, etc., shopping malls, good jobs, traveling in flights, etc., are going to become obsolete so suddenly. They will still be in demand. So we can't say that the rural India, rural Bihar, the kind of rural Bihar today is a blessing for the state. Instead, the problem is looming large, all because Bihar has low rate of urbanization, almost 11% or so, unlike other states like you. So I don't think it's a boon for the state. Instead,
no, at least in this
we
fight
need
of
urban culture.
at least in this time of Corona, I'm
Achha,
not saying that this is, but at least here you have a scattered population, and then
actually,
uh,
Bihar is fighting on two fronts. One is Corona, second is livelihood.
okay,
And the fight of livelihood is not temporary. It is permanent fight.
yeah.
It is permanent fight for the state. Yeah.
So let's hope that we will emerge out of it sooner rather than later, and we will emerge better. What I am and the purpose of this is that let's sensitize the people about the challenges, what they are, so that policy making also should think and the action is taken, that how it can be, what are the challenges. First you have to identify the challenges and then the opportunity. So obviously the opportunity part
Yes.
will can be implemented once you have the out of this lockdown. So we will keep doing, and this is the kind of thing that we have started, that to sensitize the people. We will have more such
Just the
cases.
last point. Just the last point I want to make that uh, to fight against these problems, Corona as well as the livelihood issues, government of Bihar should focus on two policies. First, industrialization policy. Second is creating market linkages for various producers, as well as cultural things like Mithila painting, its
Yeah.
food producers, as well as cooperatives. So in long run, the scene is not entirely pessimistic. And the Bihar government, if it will come forward with a resolve that we have to create a robust system inside the state, it is very much possible.
Yeah, so on that optimistic note, we will end this dialogue. Actually, this is dialogue will never end. This is just the beginning, that we will keep talking on these issues,
Right.
and we will keep connecting with different stakeholders to just see the challenges. from the ground. So we will
Yes.
connect with the people who are at the ground and who have different views and who have the practical views, actually, those who have faced the problem and how that problem can be tackled, and then that what kind of opportunities that we have. We are present on Facebook. It's the Facebook. Our handle is Connect to Bihar. Same is on Twitter. So do visit there, and obviously on our website it's BiharConnect.in. So let's connect and keep connecting. Actually, that is the only thing that we are saying, that let's connect for
Yes.
the development, and our tagline is empowering development. So if we connect,
Right.
then we can empower the development. Thank you so much, Atul, for
Thank
joining.
you. Thank you.